United Way of Champaign County is on a mission to bring people and resources together and to create positive change and lasting impact in our community. They are working with a diverse group of community partners to promote giving, advocating, and volunteering. Here today to share some information about these resources is Bev Baker. Welcome to ciLiving.
Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Wonderful. Well, can you tell us a little bit about United Way in general?
Sure. United Way, the easiest way to explain United Way is we're a change maker in the community, and we do that really through two avenues. We are a fundraiser in the community, so we give people and businesses the opportunity to give and give back to their community through a United Way campaign that runs in their workplace, or they can make a direct donation to United Way of Champaign County. And then with those funds, the donor can decide the organization they want it to go to in the community, and we'll pass that through. Or they can give to our Community Impact Fund if they care about a lot of things or don't know the best way to give. And then we issue grants and invest grants back into the community through a grant-making process. So we do a little bit of both. We raise the funds, and then we turn around and invest them right back into our community.
That's great, because then ultimately, as the person giving, you can decide if you wanted something specific or if you want to just give to everybody.
Exactly.
That's a really nice way to be able to do it.
It is, and so many people care about so many organizations or causes, and maybe they don't know the best organization to give to or anything like that. So we take a lot of that guesswork out of the equation for them.
Right.
They can give to us, and then based on our research and our volunteers that we work with, we're constantly monitoring and addressing the issues in our community, and so we know where to invest those dollars to have the best results, so people can feel confident about their donation and that it's going to do really good work and it's staying right here local.
Right, so you know you're making the biggest impact.
Yes.
That's awesome. And I see that you have brought some books to show us, as well as Miss Dolly Parton is
here. Yes, Dolly came to join us today, and she has a birthday coming up here pretty soon in the month of January.
And so what is the Dolly Parton Library?
Dolly Parton Imagination Library is a program that actually, it's an international program. We've had it here locally in Champaign County for a little over a year. It is growing all throughout the state of Illinois. The governor has put an investment into Dolly Parton Imagination Library in the state budget. And so just in the past month, we've been able to take it also to Douglas County. So we're here in Champaign and Douglas County, and many of the neighboring counties that might be part of your viewing area as well. If it's not there, we're working to get it there.
Excellent.
And what it is once a family signs up, you need to have a child from birth to age 5, and they can sign up, and then they get a free book every month that comes in the mail right to the child. And who doesn't love to get fun things in the mail, right?
And especially books, because I mean, the word imagination is right there in the title of the library. That is how kids learn and grow. And
exactly. You can never have too many books in your home for kids. And so that's just it, to spark that excitement so that they're getting something in the mail. What do you know? It's a book. They can spend time with it on their own. Adults in the household can read it to them, and it's just a wonderful way. And so if a family signs a child up at the time they're born, they will have their own personal library of 60 books by the time they turn 5. And so the books are geared towards their developmental age. So if you're an infant, you're likely to get books like this that are more of a board book, beginning early, a little sturdier.
Right.
But it's, again, that opportunity to just start to read, develop the language skills, have that back and forth between an adult and a child. And then as the child grows and their ability to maybe sit a little bit longer, the books grow along with the child. And then as they're nearing that 5-year-old birthday, they start talking about kindergarten. And so it's that perfect opportunity to have some conversations about what's coming next, how to get ready for kindergarten, what kindergarten might be like. And the books, there's a variety too. It's talking about colors and shapes and numbers, gardening, things you might find out in your neighborhood. And there's some social emotional themes in the books too. There's another one over here about meeting the babysitter. So maybe you're going to childcare, or you're going to have your first non-family member babysitter come in and spend some time with your child. It's really, there are a lot of great topics that can help be an introduction into some milestones that you and your child are experiencing.
And I think that with books, obviously the reading is learning, but then, like you mentioned, the topics, I think, are really important because those can start other conversations between an adult and a child, and maybe a child doesn't know what questions to ask or doesn't realize that they're nervous about kindergarten or want to know things. So I think that that's really important, and that the careful curation seems incredible.
It is. There are experts from across the country that gather every year and select new books. So if you have multiple children under age 5, the likelihood that you're going to get repeat books is very rare. So they pick new books every year, and so if you have a 3-year-old, they're going to be getting different books than your 4, almost 5-year-old. If you have a newborn, they're going to be getting books that are different than your 3-year-old, and probably different than what your 5-year-old got 5 years before when you signed them up. So they're good quality pieces of literature that have really been vetted. There's a lot of diversity. There are some Spanish language books as well. So when families sign up or register for Imagination Library, they can choose if they want the books and communications in Spanish. So that's a wonderful asset as well. But it just opens up. It just opens up a lot between an adult and a child to be able to have that time reading, talking about the pictures, talking about the colors, asking questions. What do you think's going to happen next? Or what do you think this book's going to be about before you even start reading it?
Right.
And I know a lot of times parents get tired of reading the same book over and over and over again. My boys had the same books that they wanted read time and time again. And as challenging as that may be when you're tired and just want them to go to bed, that repetition is really important. The literacy skills that are being built, the ability for the child to tell that story back, all of that is helping to build the foundation for kindergarten and future growth academically down the line. So it's never too early to start reading books, even when they're babies and you don't think they're paying attention. They are.
They're listening, they're learning. And like you mentioned, I feel like even that repeating back, they can tell that story. So I feel like they can memorize it even before they can read it.
Exactly.
So that's another piece of
they know what's coming next.
Tool.
They're able to predict what's going to happen. It's I mean, so many fundamental skills are developed just through spending time reading.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing this information.
Thanks for having us.
Wonderful program. Yes.
Thanks for letting us bring Dolly.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us, Dolly.
It's important to her. It's a mission, and she's been doing this for years and has a family history with illiteracy. And so she's on a mission to make sure that every children have books.
And that's so important, and that's such a wonderful mission. So if you want more information about United Way, or you want more information about the Imagination Library, you can visit us on the web at ciLiving.tv, and we would be happy to connect you.